Vincenzo'S Go Crypto Investing, and as you can see, it is past 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and old Vincenzo has just now left Camp Rivian. After a 13-hour day yesterday, we parlayed that into a 14-hour day on Saturday today. So that's why there haven't been any updates since the lovely video that I did for you this morning. When I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to Camp Rivian, and then they briefly allow you at Camp Rivian to go to Camp Hotel just outside of Camp Rivian borders and sleep for a few hours, and then go do it all over again the next day, right? But that's why you like, subscribe, and share. I'm your headquarters for Cashless Society 2024. As the start of the Cashless Society begins in 2024. I'm your home for blockchain technology and cryptocurrency breaking news and coin updates. Also, I'm your XRP insider. 12 years of experience in the crypto industry, working on year 13. And just as this 50 cents is major overhead resistance to 50 to 53 cents, 56 we wicked up to here, and you see it got knocked down and ended up coming to the 100-day moving average in the 4-hour time frame, and then wicked up beautifully and touched to 50 and a half, 51 cents, start of the blue heavy resistance box, and now it's had a nice little consolidation down with falling volume as is to be expected on the weekend. That's why you follow me, right? That nearly 13 years of experience in the crypto field. And you can see what we're looking at in the XRP is if you can break 50 cents, you could try to make a run up here to 66 cents, or the top part of this blue major resistance area. And I would expect the price to come down after, right? And then what I would expect right now, if this gets rejected again by here, would be a step down. Just as you got rejected here, step down to the 100-day moving average, came back up to resistance. If you get resisted here and can't breach that, you're going to step down to the 200-day moving average, which right now currently is located at about 41 cents. Then you can pump back up to the downtrending 50-day in red, right about 45 cents, and then you would come down to the 37 cents, and that would be your major underneath support. That used to be major resistance back there. You can see one example in the flush down, right? That would be your major support level, whereas if you broke that, you would come back down to this major volume indicator red support resistance box, and it would be 32 cents initial support, 29 cents sort of last line of defense support, before you would break down to that 18 to 20 cent technical target that we've had. You can see it's a summer end of year target, and it says 18 to 20 cents, and we made that price prediction on this channel in 2021, about 1 year ago right now. It was last fall, early fall of 2021, and that's what we got going on in the old XRP update this evening. And then I want to get into the top 2024 coins to own. I did XLM earlier, never got a chance to post it, so I'll just incorporate this in here when there's a completely different price action from what XLM shows. The reason it shows that is because I did that at 7:30 this morning while waiting for a relatively modest, useless employee to show up. That was late, right? So I'm in the comments down there saying, Vincenzo, the price is not where it shows it in the video. Yeah, because that video is 12 hours old. But I'm just going to put it in here because I did the work, and I think y'all need to hear that technical analysis. And now another top 2025 or top 5 coin that I think you should own in 2024 for the next start of the next bull run. Hopefully it starts by then. Is XMR, and you can see we got resisted by a volume indicator support zone here in the 4-hour time frame. You can see what's going on here. Yeah, I know. I'm not switching. Resistance, support, and then it broke through where the bottom part of that orange or red resistance box was lower support, like right there where I'm pointed at about $144.24. It finally broke through it, and then notice it acted as resistance, and then we wicked up and came to the top part of that volume indicator, and it got resistance, and then it tried to come up to the moving averages, got resistance again, and now it's dropped below it. And what I would expect XMR or Monero is to come down towards the top part of this blue support box, about 129.59 in the medium term, meaning the next 4 to 8 weeks. I think you're coming down to the 129 level and a consolidation to the downside, as I think this will be a good coin to own in the future. But I think this has heavy major downside target risk the next 12 months, as I believe that swing low that we hit down in the June collapse that started this crypto fiasco where everybody realized something different was happening versus the normal 4-year cycle at $100. I think that's in jeopardy, and I believe that'll be taken out in Monero, so put that down in your calendar. And then you got to wait for the good buying opportunities, which I believe you're going to have a long period of time below 65, maybe even $50 in Monero. But right now, even though this is a top 2024 coin that you have to own by then, or in 2024, right now you're just sitting here waiting for the bottom to fall out, and I believe the bottom will fall out, and I believe that $100 target down there that we hit in early June will in fact be taken out in the next 6 to 10 months, and I believe we will actually go sub 60 cents in Monero before I get the big buy alert, right? But we'll keep watching. Algo is another one. That's a major coin that I believe we should all own in our portfolio in 2024. But right now you don't have to own it unless you just want to slowly accumulate on downturns. As when the price goes down 20 or 30% in a week, you buy a little bit, right? If the price is down another 30% in another couple of weeks, you buy some more, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? You're not buying them on the peaks. You're not buying them after a 250% rally. You're not buying them after it went up 62% in a week. No. You're watching the price go down, and then you're buying every now and then. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I believe you should do that, right? Just like right now. This coin was, if this coin is a coin like I think it's going to be good in the future, this coin so far is, you're not buying it up here. You're not buying it in the hype train and the ultimate hype train in euphoria, right? When the price was pushing $2.50. Absolutely not. You didn't buy there. If you buy your first algo down here at current price, which is about 36 cents, you've done phenomenally well for yourself. If that's your first allocation into Algorand, you don't have to feel bad about that if it goes down to 34 cents where it's at now, and say it even comes down to 11 cents, like I think is absolutely possible. And I believe the 20 cents will be broken. You didn't go all in. If you had $100,000 in the pot or 100,000 apples, you didn't throw 100,000 apples at 34 cents for your first buy. Nobody does that. You might put 25,000 apples out of your 100,000, leaving you 3/4 of your apples left for if you bought those 25 apples at 34 cents for your first purchase. And you're probably buying it from somebody that bought up there, and he's getting fleece heisted and shysted to a massive degree imaginable. You take another 25% of your apples if you go from 36 and you hit another support zone, which in the middle of this orange support box would be 21 cents. So say you go from 34 to 21, buy 25% more apples. Now you still have 50% of your original apples to purchase, and you bought at 34 and 21 cents. And well, Vincenzo, what if a disaster happens and you come down to 14 cents? Well, if the coin's really going to be on the flip side of a bear market, you take 25% of the apples you have left, leaving you 25% of your original 100,000 apples, and you go in right there at 14 cents. And then if the bottom drops out, you buy at some other level below 10 cents, and then you hope that the coin doesn't get insolvent, right? And you got wrong, and your education, everything that you learned about the coin, it didn't matter, because sometimes that happens, right? But that would be a way to do that in Algo, because I think we're going to get down near that 10-cent level at some point in Algo, and I actually believe Algo will go below 10 cents. But that's the way you could parcel in on the downturn, because with an industry-exclusive measuring tool, from the all-time, there was a wick up there. Somebody got in over $3. That's the guy you're buying from down here. Right now, at current price, it's already down 88%, right? So that's what it's looking like right there in these 2 coins. I'm going to let you go. I'm pulling up to the old L Camp Hotel, and I got to go to bed because I got to be back at the plant at 6:30 tomorrow morning to finish out this 3-day shutdown. And hopefully I hammer payroll because that is my department, and I have a 6-week in a row stretch of making sure nobody got more or less than they should have, and a one-time deal, and everybody was happy. Hit that subscribe button, pound that bell notification. That's the only way. It's very important. It's the most important thing you can do in the world at this point in time is to hit that bell notification and that subscribe button. Peace and love. Peace and love.